Cleckheaton's colours. Feel Cleckheaton's textures. Discover Cleckheaton's designs. Cleckheaton hand knitting yarns. Now at Safstrom, Glenroy, where you can also pick up your copy of Cleckheaton's free knitting patterns. Cleckheaton.
3AW is pleased to acknowledge HBA, the Hospital Benefits Association, as sponsor of this month's Marketer of the Month. HBA, whenever you need care, HBA is there.
When we meet on the street, you know what to say. I want to show respect, but I always turn away. So lock down those barriers. Lock down those barriers.
At 7 p.m. Saturday, April 19, bind up the arm you normally use with a sling, and you'll know what it's like to be disabled. Be a barrier buster.
I could never imagine what it's like for you. So let me wear this thing, I'll be a barrier buster too. Lock down those barriers. Lock down those barriers. Lock down those barriers. Lock down those barriers.
To get your free Barrier Buster kit, register at your nearest state bank.
You can hear it through the crowd as they score another goal.
The skipping kick is a goal as Lovren takes the mark, plays on, punches the
Tram as it rattles down the ball.
Such horror is on the horizon of the 21st century.
You can hear whatever's happening in any corner of the world.
This program is coming to you live by satellite from
You can
Hiroshima.
hear it through the laughter of an outside breakfast show.
Don't start throwing up yet. We're only halfway there at 36, you great pals. Hang on a minute.
We're a part of Melbourne. We're a part of you. The heart of Melbourne. 3AW. We've got something to say, and we're talking to you. If our heads are high, it's 'cause we're 3AW. We've got the personality, the best in Australia across 78.
3AW.
You're listening to Nightline on 3AW. Phone Alex Kenworthy on 329-7522 or from out of town 008 333 012 for the price of a local call.
It's Nightline. Interesting day in history. I noticed the League of Nations held its final assembly.
Those guys, they really can play. The police, every little thing she does is magic. It's 13 past 11.
The Bangles with Manic Monday, and that is the band that Voodoo Gurus will be opening for on their tour of America. For all intents and purposes, they're pretty loose live, so I should imagine the Hoodoos might just blow the band away to hell and gone off the stage. It's 11:15. No thunder, no fire, no rain. Big Canoe, Tim Finn, the new album. This is magnificent.
Martin sets out from the
Hot Hit 3XY, the Pet Shop Boys with the West End Girls, and it is a hot. I've given it away, the limited edition. We'll do it again tomorrow night as far as that's concerned, but right now, here's Ice House. If you want it, give me a tingle, 11515. The new Measure for Measure set plus the bonus 12-inch. Okay? It's 24 past 11. Monday 3XY with John Hood and Johnny, come home. Well, I'll be doing that shortly. It's Fine Young Cannibals, and that closes off 30 minutes of continuous hot hits. Now, I'd just like to sit back and have a bit of a talk with you for a couple of minutes and draw and fill you in on the Wall of Voodoo Stan Ridgway saga. Wall of Voodoo were formed back in about 1978 as a combined effort between the then lead singer and harmonica player and songwriter Stan Ridgway and guitarist and songwriter of Wall of Voodoo, who is Mark Morland. Now, as you know, or may not know, Far Side of Crazy, which is the current Wall of Voodoo hit, is, it is a hit. It's probably their best-known song in this country. Incidentally, we were told by the record company today that 3XY, that's us, the station you're listening to, was responsible for laying the foundation for that particular track to be a hit. We were the only radio station in the country that would pick up on Far Side of Crazy, and that was like 2 months ago, and the groundswell has happened, and it was through us that it is a hit, and it is through us that actually Wall of Voodoo are coming down here next month to perform. So there you go. Anyway, back to the point that there was a split after the Mexican radio song, which was a minor hit, which got a little bit of airplay in Australia about 1983, which featured Stan Ridgway on lead vocals. He actually wrote the song with Mark Morland. Then the band split through musical differences, and we thought that was the end of Wall of Voodoo. They came back with a couple of original members and a guy called Andy Preboy, who came from a San Francisco unsigned band, as the replacement for Stan Ridgway. There has been quite a bit of animosity between Stan Ridgway and also the current lineup of Wall of Voodoo. But they keep soldiering on, and old musicians never die. They just keep putting out the hits. And Stan Ridgway has himself his debut solo album, which I'm picking is to be a bit of a monster. I was talking to Stan the other day. In fact, the reason I'm talking about it is Stan is a relatively, quite a close associate of mine, from a few years ago. And he has his debut album. He posted it to me a few weeks ago. It's called Big Heat, and it is now out locally. And I'd like to play you a track from that album, follow it up with the original Wall of Voodoo featuring Stan on lead vocals, which is the Wall of Voodoo Mexican radio. Then I'll hit you with the new Andy Preboy, the current hit, which is Far Side of Crazy. Hope you got all that. I just thought I'd like to clear it up because there has been a little bit of confusion about who and what and why and wherefore and who's in the band and who's not in the band. If you're confused, don't ring me because it's too late. Stan Ridgway on Hot Hit 3XY. Drive, she said. The Big Heat. Hot Hit 3XY, harder boys. I'm looking forward to that band coming down here, catching up on some old drinking time. Wall of Voodoo and the Far Side of Crazy, 7 days in Sammy's Town. It's 14 to midnight here with John Hood as we continue with Mark Seymour from Hunters and Collectors. All right, Mark, let's take a look at Human Frailty as far as the melody is concerned, and melodically it has broken a lot of new ground for Hunters and Collectors. Has that been a conscious thing for you to try to do?
Yeah. After Throw Your Arms Around Me, that song included, I started trying to write with chords, like using piano or guitar, and sitting down and not worrying so much about the rhythmical side of things first, like in a more traditional songwriter's type role, you know. Whereas in the past, I would always sort of come into the rehearsal room just with a lyric, you know, and maybe a vague idea about a bass line, and that would be as far as it would go. Whereas now I tend to be more concerned about how the structure of the words against the melody I've already determined before I've shown the band. And that's like, basically I came around to that after I wrote Throw Your Arms, because I got a bit more confident about that side of things.
Hot Hit 3XY, 6 to midnight. Cam's in next. Talk with you tomorrow. Remain deadly calm and look after yourselves, okay? And have a great night, which you got left of it. In excess, nothing succeeds.